Regina George. How do I even begin to explain Regina George? For most, that is just another line in the Mean Girls movie, but for now it's my main focus. If I had to describe Regina George in one word, I'd have absolutely no problem. The word I feel that she embodies the most is petty. Now you may be wondering what qualifications I have to be arguing that Regina George is the embodiment of the word petty, but let me explain. As someone who has watched the movie for years, during marching band on our way to and from Syracuse, for the New York State Field Band Championships, I can almost recite the entire movie. I feel that Regina shows her pettiness not only through her words, but through her actions throughout the movie. Now that you understand my qualifications to speak on the subject, let's start with what having the vice of pettiness means. Pettiness is on the scale of Aristotle's vices and virtues, with vulgarity as the other extreme and magnificence in the middle. According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, petty can be defined as marked by or reflective of narrow interests and sympathies. The synonyms include narrow-minded and illiberal. Some of Regina's narrow-minded interests include being attractive, being popular, and being the top of the social pyramid. Regina could also be considered vulgar, which Merriam-Webster defines as morally crude, undeveloped, or unregenerate, but I feel her actions are more petty than undeveloped. Regina shows that she is the textbook definition of petty through her words and her actions, but first let's start with her actions. One example of Regina's numerous petty actions is the rules of the lunch table. At first, these rules don't sound too bad, because what lunch table doesn't have some rules to keep the peace? But these aren't normal rules, like throw out your garbage. These rules are to keep Regina as the most popular person, which shows that she only cares about her looks and her popularity, along with staying at the top of the social pyramid. Some of the rules that Regina has put into place for the people whom sit at her lunch table are: you can't wear a tank top 2 days in a row, you can only wear your hair in a ponytail once a week, jeans or track pants may only be worn on Fridays, and on Wednesdays we wear pink. When someone else breaks these rules, they cannot sit at the lunch table, but when Regina breaks the rules, because she's gained so much weight that all she can fit in is sweatpants, all of a sudden, these rules don't matter. These actions of not only creating such rules, but having them only apply to other people shows how petty Regina can be. Another example of Regina's petty actions is when she creates a burn book. According to Gary Simmons in his article, Mirrors, Makeup, and Meanings in Mean Girls, the burn book kept by the Plastics, the school's 3 most fashionable girls, include character assassinations of those who threaten the pecking order or who do not comply with their template. It is a condominium of the worst excesses of teenage vitriol, and the viewer sees it for its inherent nastiness. The Burn Book was a book created by Regina in order to make fun of other people and to start rumors with Karen and Gretchen, her 2 followers. In the Burn Book, everyone is ripped to shreds. On one page, Damien is deemed too gay to function. On another, it is revealed that a coach has made out with 2 students. But the pettiness with the Burn Book doesn't end there. Towards the end of the movie, Regina adds herself to the Burn Book. You may question why she would ever add herself to such a terrible book, but it's in order to frame Katie, Gretchen, and Karen for starting it, because they're the only 3 girls not in the book, simply because they went against Regina. Regina then makes photocopies of all the pages in the book and spreads them throughout the hall so people see what's written about themselves, and it eventually ends in everyone fighting and an assembly being called. Now that you know how Regina acts petty, let's discuss a few of Regina's petty words. After finding out that Katie has a crush on her ex-boyfriend Aaron, Regina continuously flirts with him. And she doesn't stop with just flirting with him. She looks Katie dead in the eyes and tells her, "Tell him he looks sexy with his hair pushed back," as she continues to push his hair back. Regina does this to make sure Katie knows that Aaron is hers and that she knows Katie likes him, but doesn't care because she is so narrow-minded. Another example of how Regina's words show how petty and narrow-minded she is when she tells a girl in the hallway how cute her skirt is. Now, at first, it may sound like Regina has had a change of heart, but in reality, she hasn't. As soon as the girl walks away, Regina turns to Katie and says, "That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen." The skirt wasn't something Regina would wear, and instead of just ignoring it, she feels the need to make the girl feel bad in an attempt to make herself feel better. A third example of how Regina shows how petty she is through her words is when she gets mad at Gretchen for trying to make a new slang word. If Gretchen were to make a new slang word and it caught on, Regina would lose some popularity because she didn't use it first. And because one of the things Regina cares about most is her popularity, she knows she can't let this slide. After hearing Gretchen say, "That's so fetch," Regina responds with, "Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen." Regina will do anything it takes to stay at the top, even if it means tearing her closest friends down. Now that I have explained how Regina's actions and words show that she will do anything in her power to stay at the top, and have shown how petty these actions and words are, I hope you understand why I have claimed that Regina is the embodiment of the word petty. From telling people she thinks their skirt is cute when in reality it's the ugliest thing in the world, to claiming people are too gay to function, Regina has proven her narrow-mindedness that has led me to claim that she has been cursed with the vice of pettiness. Maybe if she were able to clean up her act and realize that she's truly not happy with who she is, she might have a few more virtues, but for now, all she is petty.